Hello and welcome back to Mythogenesis Studios, and today I want to go over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Ultimate Collection, number one that I got off of eBay, and I've been reading over the last month or so, off and on. And if you're a Turtles fan, I definitely think that you should get this collection if you don't already have it. I'm late to the party, it seems, but I was looking for something new to read since I don't really read modern comics too much, even though that's changing a little bit with the new stuff that's coming out from Skybound and with the new Marvel Ultimate Spider-Man number one that I got recently. It looks like more cool stuff is starting to come out now that I'm reading and catching up on. But if you're a Turtles fan, you definitely need to get this for the history. Collect the first 7 issues at an economical price, and for somebody like me, I learned more about the Turtles, and of course I've heard and read over the years a little bit about how the Turtles are created and distributed and all that, but this book has definitely great informational pages between each issue about how they created the issue before, about their distribution, about the lettering, about people that they brought onto the team to help as they gain more success. So it's a great book for all of that information too, and it helped me learn some new things about the Turtles, about their origin, and just their early adventures. Because I've always heard that they were more violent at first, because the cartoons kind of presented them, which was my first exposure, because I was only like 10 years old when the first book come out. And the issues collected in this one are like 40 pages, no ads, so that was a little different for back in the day. But I'm more familiar with the more cartoon version that was on TV, so the early Turtles I don't know anything about at all. The first issue that I bought off the shelf, off the comic rack, was issue number 13. I do remember that, but the earlier issues I couldn't get it all in the small town that I was from at the time. Only had like one comic shop for a long time there that everybody went to. But with this book, as I've been going through it slowly and digesting it, for me, at first I really didn't appreciate when I first started reading it, I didn't appreciate the art style. I didn't think it was that good, but as I went more and more into it, I started to think that the art was better, a little more than adequate. Some of the splash pages that they use definitely harken back to like some Batman poses, only with Turtles. And then they do explain in one of them how they looked at Jack Kirby for the splash pages in the book. So, and some of the books do have very detailed splash pages at the middle or the end of the book. So those are nice to look at. They might not be the greatest comic artist in the world, but they did put a lot of work and detail into the pages. So you can definitely tell that. And there's a lot of, since it's the foot soldiers, and they're kind of like stormtroopers, they do stab and kill them a lot in the book. But it was interesting to see how Shredder came about to be, how the Turtles came about. I always kind of thought that that the Turtles and then Master Splinter were all exposed at the same time. But I mean, they kind of were, but no, because the Turtles kind of grew after their exposure. Splinter did too, but it took them a little longer to grow into what they were and to be able to talk. So he was teaching them the kung fu style that he learned. I was more interested in the first few issues with Splinter versus when they went off world with the Fugitoid stuff and trying to get back to Earth and all of that. I wasn't as interested in that, but it definitely goes from an earthbound kind of conflict to outer space pretty quick, and then with the different aliens that you encounter in the cartoon show, like the the aliens that were kind of brains, and then the Triceratons, Rocksteady, and all of that. So they've built their world and characters pretty quick, and you even get to see the changes with April and her hairstyle and all of that. The chase scene where they're trying to escape the police because they mistake them from somebody who just robbed a bank, that was done really well. And the Mousers and the scientists that created them. So there's just a lot of good information in this book. It's definitely worth getting it if you can, and if you have any interest in the turtles or to learn anything about them. I was glad when they brought on a person to actually letter, because the first few issues, the lettering is kind of it's not very good, and it can be hard to follow. So when they got a letterer, you can definitely tell the quality difference with that. But between each story, it's just a lot of good information about how they spent money and the distribution of the books, and how they brought on new people to join the team, and all of that. So it's just a lesson in comic book history, because of course when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 came out, it just changed history. They've grown it into at least $1 billion brand. I don't know how much it's worth total, but it's just been so much turtle over the years, and they're always being reinterpreted for different generations. So they got the kid market on lock for a long time. So yeah, this book is from IDW. It's got a $50 price point. That's where I got mine off of eBay, and I really like this book. And so that's my review of this book. Let me know what you think about it if you have this book. And yeah, so that's it, and I'll talk to you next time.